Over there is the is the house of my grandmother. This is where I have spent many days of my childhood when I was a small kid, and throughout my life I would come back here and visit grandparents. My grandfather is no longer in this world. He had died a few months ago. My grandmother is in the house. And this tree that you have just seen is an old oak tree. And even though coming here after 9 years, coming back to Lithuania, I see that everything had changed so much. One thing that seemingly hadn't changed is this tree. Since I was a kid, I would see it, the one tree in this big field. Well, now there are small trees around it, but it would always stand out. It was this old oak tree, and I see it just the way it always looked like. So I came here to feel it, I remember when I was a kid. How old was I? I don't know. 7 years, 8 years, I don't know. I came here with my cousins. I wanted to climb the tree and I wasn't able to because the branches were too high. I couldn't climb up. Things are different now, and sitting here, remembering the past, being here, everything reminds me of the past of my childhood. And see how much things have changed, that childhood is no more. And at the same time, it feels like it's been hundreds of years ago. I have changed so much, I have lived so much. At the same time, it feels like it was yesterday that I was a young boy running in these fields. Seeing these cows, milking these cows, going to put some water in for those cows, and changing the places for the horses, getting them to other grazing grounds, and playing with my cousins. And now when I look, everything's so dead. It looks like it is dying, and in fact it is. When I was a kid, all of these fields were being, used for agriculture. Big, immense. When I was a kid, it looked immense fields of potatoes and things, and now there is nothing. And in a house that would always be frequented by people, now it's only my grandmother, nobody else, she's alone. And these buildings are kind of collapsing. Looking at them, I remember so many things. So it is interesting, it is strange, this moment. This understanding of impermanence, about the fact that everything is changing, Well, at the same time, nothing is changing because the wind blows like it always blew. The smells are the same as in the past. Smelling it, I remember, just as when I was a kid. This tree is just the same way I always remembered it. And these plants, these stones here, haven't really changed. The air hadn't changed, the way the air smells and feels. Many people would think that air doesn't smell, Dolama. and air does smell. Air is different around the world, and I was missing this aroma, this feeling, inhaling this air. It feels so familiar, so, I don't know, bringing the memories back, bringing the past back, and it just feels so much more alive to me than air anywhere I have been. This air to me feels more alive than India, South America, or wherever I have been. And this grass looks for me more alive and more familiar. Probably because this is where I have lived, this is where I have, grown up. It's a part of me. So even though I'm here after all these years, it feels, I feel this strong connection with this land. I feel that this is where I have been born, and this land feels so close to me, that it is hard to understand. Mind doesn't grasp it, mind doesn't understand it, but all these feelings and all of these, they are in me. So that's how I feel. That's how I feel here in the village, back again. And as you remember from my videos, seeing my grandmother was one of the main reasons I wanted to come back to Lithuania. She's old. We don't know how long she's going to walk this earth, but she hasn't changed much in the way she is. I had conversations and I had plenty of time with her today and yesterday when I arrived yesterday. Talking about many things, listening to her speak about her own childhood, her own parents and these difficult times. She had lived the wars, the Second World War, and listen about all of these stories about the things that had happened. It's really, important for me because that is my past too. That these are my ancestors too, and understanding them, understanding and knowing these stories also helped me understand more myself, because it all comes from, the way we are, even we are not maybe conscious of it, but the way we are, the way we act, it all comes from the way our ancestors were and how they acted, what they did to each other, what things they have lived. So it also helps me understand myself even more, even after those years and years. How many years of meditation? I don't know. 10, 15 years, right? Which feels more than 15 years. Feels like 100 years, maybe. I never thought I would go this far. When I was a kid, I would have never thought I would live this much, see the world, live so many things, see so many different cultures and people, and be so blessed by that, and have so many friends around the whole world whom I trust, whom I admire, and who trust me and who admire me. It's a big blessing to me. I never thought I would walk this far. No. I never thought I would live this much. I never thought that there could be so much in this world as I have lived and seen and experienced. So this is where your Dolama had spent his Dolama Mantas. My Lithuanian name is Mantas, so my grandmother doesn't know the name Dolama. So this is where I have lived my younger years. These fields of Lithuania. I would come here mostly on, summer vacations. We would always come here, these, and we would play here instead of being somewhere in the city. It was cool. It was nice. Well, I guess that's enough for now.